and number 90 on the D line, right over the center, right over the ball, throwing up chunks. Again and again and again. And he's like laughing about it too. Like it's coming out and he's like, and we're like, dude, get this guy out of here.
Yeah! Here we go!
Welcome back to the Pin and Pull podcast. I'm Pin, aka George. My new name is Pin, Junior. Your name is?
Oh, G, it cut out. It cut out, G.
Of course.
It cut out bad.
Oh, I know.
Restart.
This is the second time in a row where the start of the show gets up by some freezing. I'm Pin.
And I'm Pull. And this is the Pin and Pull pod. God damn it.
We're so bad at this. Yeah, we should rehearse one day.
We need
one day. We gotta put in the practice reps. But Junior, we're not alone today. We have a guest.
Not at all. We do have a guest coming in from all the way from Georgia, Cedartown, Georgia, the legend from Cedartown High School, the hardest hitting safety in college football. Look up the highlights. Jayden Johnson, glad to have you on, brother.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all for having me.
Yeah.
Hey, Jayden, have you seen, I'm sure you've seen that YouTube clip. It's pretty badass. The highlights that it made of you.
I've seen it. My a couple people from back at the crib was sending it to me. I didn't even know it was out at first. So yeah.
Gee, if you haven't seen this, it's one of the coolest highlights. It has I think 35K views. He is one of the hardest hitting safeties in college football. Just turn on the tape, you'll see it. One of my favorite hits from the season, Ole Miss, bro. You lit that dude up on the 1 yard line. I almost had you on the podcast for that. Let me elaborate on why we got you on. You're our first guest. JJ comes up to me during the season and he's like, when am I going to be on Pin and Pull? And at first I thought he was just bullshitting me. And I was like, all right, I'm going to have you on, yada, yada, yada. And he's consistent with it. So I'm like, all right, give me a pick and we'll get you on. And Saturday, JJ gets the pick. But if it wasn't for Ian Gafford's 6'6", 350-pound ass, it would have counted. It wasn't even an intentional, or it wasn't even roughing the passer. It was a clean pick. But you got the pick. We have you on. Thank you so much for giving us your time, JJ.
Already, appreciate y'all.
Yeah, bro, we're happy to have you on here.
So JJ, the whole interception thing, how upsetting is it to get a pick and then big boy, there was nothing he could do.
No.
Yeah. How does that feel for you?
I was very upset. Like I told Ian, hey, bro, we're gonna have to run a 30 after the game. Like I was pretty upset because I needed it. And but I'm looking at the replay on the board. I'm like, oh yeah, they just BSing us. Like they got by with one for sure. So it's all good. What's good? Come once, come twice.
Hey, amen. Hey, so what was going on once you got that pick? You almost kind of pulled like a Deion Sanders, played it off cool, started jogging, and it was like, oh shit, now I'm gone. I'm out of here. That was kind of sick. I mean, that was very nonchalant, very player of you. What came with that?
So I got the pick. I look up, I see everybody just staring at me, and I realize I'm in the end zone. So I'm like, should I take the knee? And I'm like, I'm gonna think on it. So I just keep jogging a little bit. Keon telling me get down. I'm like, nah, let's ride. And so me and 18 had been going at it all game. So I'm like, I'm praying he don't block him. So he ended up blocking him. We just get out to, I can't remember what yard line we got out to. And I'll turn around. I see the flag. I'm like, man. Then they called it off. So I started celebrating again. And then I'm like, they got the ball back. So I was very confused. I was just in the moment, just enjoying it, having fun. Senior night, just enjoying it.
Got to.
Yeah, so JJ, how many times are you told in a season when you get an interception, go down in the end zone? Because me personally, I'm like, bro, if you could get past the first line of defense, you got Junior trying to tackle you. And I mean, come on, right? You can make a play.
So, you know, we never talk about going down. We always talk about scoring on defense or just putting offense in the best position to go down and score once we get the ball. So that was just on my mind, just like, oh no, we just got to go down. I at least got to go try to score, get some yards, you know, get offense the ball plus 25. So that's just what was going through my head, really.
No, it's clutch, dude. That's clutch.
That was a crazy shot. You saying I can't tackle JJ in open field? Is that what you're trying to say right now?
I would love to see it. Like, I think this is something that maybe we could do like a flag football type thing. I don't even think you could pull his flag, and that's giving you like some leeway.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably can't, bro. That shit's
Yeah,
tough.
probably not mine, but maybe somebody else's.
That's fair. That's fair.
So JJ, you've gotten a chance to play Mizzou a handful of times now.
Right.
This past time that you guys played Mizzou, I heard it was a little bit of like it was a physical game, is what I'm being told. What
Definitely.
are you expecting this week? Are there some people on the other side that you're like, I've been waiting to see you. I've had this circled.
Every single one of them, to the coaching staff, to the players. I just been waiting to see them. You know, had that bad taste that I'm at the last game of the season last year. It wasn't pretty. So, you know, I'm just ready to get that get back for sure.
I
Yeah,
love to hear that.
definitely. I think
I already
JJ hit
I
it
already
just
had
spot
on my
on.
mind. I already had on my mind. Once I get a pick, I'm throwing the ball to the head coach. Like,
I
it's
like
gotta
Love
it.
that.
happen.
I'm with it. I'm with it. That's what I was gonna ask you because I was like, "There's snow this game. It's gonna be a snowy game. Are we gonna have a celebration with the snow?" I was thinking maybe like, but throwing the football to the coach, I'm all for it. I love it. Is it
Oh,
gonna be a
definitely.
throw or is it gonna be a handoff? Are you gonna put it in his hands?
Oh no. That's a little too nice. No, I gotta throw it to him. Like, yeah.
Take out your
Like
damn
Nice.
quarterback,
I
coach.
really meant it. Like, you feel me? Like, it's gonna be a long game.
I'm with
Yeah,
it. I'm with it.
that's iconic. Because have you been seeing all the ball boys lately, like risking their lives for these footballs? So if you get an interception, it's a Missouri football. That ball boy is going to be chasing you down. I'm just going to toss in a little extra flair here. You look like you're going to toss it to the ball boy, then you go to the coach. So then the ball
Watch
boy's
it.
even heated. The ball boy's like, "Whoa, you don't
Okay,
throw
so
my
like
ball."
I can't remember what had happened, but like we had Tennessee game, I got the ball. We brought it to the sideline. The ball boy like all in our huddle trying to get the ball and stuff like that. Like, bro, back up. And so we had somebody come get the ball and just take it. And he just kept coming back, kept coming back. And our coach was like, "Hey, bro, we don't have the ball over here. Quit coming in our huddle." You feel me? So like, oh yeah, so like the ball boys, we're not even worried about them.
It's the least of our concerns.
Definitely.
That's jokes. No, they have been on some shit. JJ, I'm gonna send you a clip. I think G is frozen again, but I'm gonna send you a clip. There's I forgot the school. Was it? I think it was like Marshall.
Marshall, I just seen
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, dude
Like right
like
before I got
tackles him.
on. Yeah. He was like
So,
punching at the ball, whatnot. It was like they got into almost a little fight.
and I get it. At the group of five the group of five, those balls are priceless. You need every single
Definitely.
ball. I remember
For
at
sure.
San Jose, we would get at least a text a week. We have lost 10 balls. I need people to return footballs back to the facility immediately. There's precautions that are going to be taken. So I know at the group of five level, it is a serious thing. And so I get what was going on in that Marshall clip.
Definitely, for sure.
Yeah, it's at the end of the game. JJ, have you started to collect any memorabilia from other teams? Junior's been kind of like on a mission. He's got an LSU towel, a Texas towel. Is there anything that you've collected over your years of playing?
I haven't. Like, I'm just like, I just be chilling. Like, the film speaks for itself. So, but like, that's actually a great idea. Like, I see a couple people in the DB room, they taking the towels, the balls, and stuff like that. It's pretty cool though. So yeah, I might have to do that this week. Might have to do that this week.
Get a
Just
pick, take the ball, or throw the ball, get the ball back somehow,
Or we can just
take it
go for
home.
2 picks, keep the second one.
Oh, there we go. Now we're talking. Now we're
Yeah.
talking.
100%. Yeah. So Mizzou snow game, you guys get a chance to set the record straight. I mean, this question's, I guess, for the both of you. 6 times you guys have played in Columbia, no victories. What does this mean for you personally in the state of Arkansas? I'll start with you, Junior,
Oh,
and then we can go to JJ.
go ahead.
Yeah, bro. This is huge. We need this win, obviously, to get the seventh win. A lot of people didn't project us to even get 6 wins this year. So to get the seventh win over a top 25 team, it's gonna be huge. And like you said, we haven't won there yet. And there's just something about this Saturday that feels like, this is gonna be the Saturday where it happens. JJ?
I've been here all four, and I think I don't know if I beat them yet. I beat them once my freshman year. So it's huge for me, and I know the fans are really love it for us to go down there and get that first win. And I'm just excited. They talking about it's going to be snow. It's my type of weather for football, so I'm ready to roll. Ready to make the fans happy too. Teammates,
Amen.
send the seniors out the right way.
Right.
What's
Amen.
what's the game plan for the cleats? Because I know that with snow, I mean, bro, you play a speed position. You got to be on the ball. Or do you practice throughout the week with different types of cleats, or is it just like a game day decision? You go with like longer spikes.
So I rotate between like three cleats. So this week I plan on just rolling through all of them this week in practice, get a good feel in all of them. Bring all my cleats this weekend. I usually bring like two or three, and two of them I don't even wear for real. I just bring them just to have them just in case. So I'm excited. Hopefully my grip is good. I got some new Jordan cleats I haven't pulled out yet, so I might have to bring those just in case.
All right.
What number
Hey,
Jordan? Yeah. Oh, I have to
11th,
know.
the 11th.
Oh my God.
yeah, those
That's
are
hard.
tough.
Yeah.
Gee, you don't know this, but JJ might be the swaggiest player on our team. He always has some unique drip. I have asked him where he gets it from. He says the thrift store, but he comes out with some different drip every single day. So, this is just gonna be something that you're gonna see from here on out in his career.
Definitely, for sure.
Wow. So
It's gonna get better for sure though. It's gonna
Yes.
get better.
yeah, I mean, if it's thrift store, is it really thrift store? Is it online thrift store? Is that where does a hype beast find his apparel these days?
All right, so we got this place called Recollect up here in Arkansas,
Ooh.
and I go there or I go to Goodwill. I just really be thrifting, or if I find something on Instagram, be on my Instagram story, I'd be like, I like this. Check out the reviews. I got to make sure it's real, and then I'll buy it. So sometimes I hardly even remember where I get like half of my clothes for real, but mainly thrifting because it's cheap, good quality, and I always say simple is more.
I like
Very
that.
much so.
Yeah, Pops used to say that all the time, Junior. You remember that shit?
Yeah.
Less is more. Less is more on everything.
Definitely.
Yeah. Junior, I got this question for you offensively going in. You see Missouri, the film a little bit. What are you guys expecting to see defensively from them? And it being a snow game, I'm assuming it's going to be a lot of pounding the rock.
Yeah, that was one of the first things that was talked about in our offensive line meeting. When you get in these games after Thanksgiving, it's all about the trenches. It's about how good you could run the ball and how good you could stop the run. Obviously, the passing game, we don't know how it's going to look with the snow and how bad it's going to be coming down. But, we are really locked into, just being perfect on the O line this week, just being perfect running the ball, because there's a good chance that, it's going to be snowing so hard that we have to only run the ball. And so they got a good front, but we really like our chances, and we have a good game plan going in for them.
Yeah, it looks like everybody in your running back room is healthy too. So you're gonna have the full stable, the full. I mean, it's got to be terrifying for a defense. I guess JJ, I'll transition to this. If you see a team that you're preparing for with 4 different options at running back,
Right.
how does that make you feel? Because I mean, every single one of them will bring something different. How does that make you feel? And then what have you seen from the Missouri offense that you're looking forward to stopping?
I say it don't make me feel any different. I feel like we played a lot of teams this year where they like rotate backs, where they got we're gonna pound, get the back out in space, that type deal. So I'm just excited for the challenge, and just from like the offensive perspective, like we're ready to set edges, stop the run. Last year they killed us on the stretch. So that's something that we got to stop. We was going through explosive plays yesterday from the last game, and like so many of them was like stretch. I was like, is this just a stretch clip? So we definitely got to be ready for that. And they got good wide receivers, Luther Burden, so got to be ready for that also.
Nice.
Shit, yeah, I forgot about him. That's gonna be a hell of a matchup. You ready for that, JJ?
Definitely. Make a name for myself.
I was about to say, this is definitely one of those ones that you have circled in the calendar. It's kind of the same thing for me. When you see that D end, that you know is going to be a top pick, you're like, this is the one that I have circled. And like you said, it's just time to make a name for yourself. And I'm excited to see you ball.
Already, same for you though. Definitely.
So JJ, question before we get on to all the craziness that's happened this past week in football. What is my favorite thing that Junior always tells me about, and I feel it makes great podcast clips, is moments on the field that would be mic'd up moments that you see other people on the other team acting just like, not maybe an idiot is the wrong word, but they're just like acting funny. So for example, Junior was telling me about a player for, oh my gosh, I'm forgetting the school now. But he was telling like his players like, body language, guys, body language, on the football field. Mississippi State. There we go.
Yep.
Has there been a moment on the field this year where you hear the offense talking and you're like, oh my God, these guys are so funny?
Not necessarily. Like, I feel like LSU was probably the game, I would say. Like, they're just funny. Like, they have like a lot of sense of humor. And like, I just like, talking trash to him a little bit. And so I know Nudie, that's one of my best friends. And he was at LSU, but he transferred here. So I know a couple of the guys just off from talking to him on FaceTime or whatnot, or just Nudie telling me about him. So, I just try to get in their head a little bit. And one dude was telling me, I was like, I know about you. He was like, all you need to know about me is I'm gangster. I'm gangster. And I was just like, all right, bro.
Those are the moments.
Done.
Those are the moments. Yes.
You're
yes.
done. That's jokes.
Oh my God. That's hilarious. All right, Junior, is there anything else that you wanted to cover from either this past game or upcoming game before we get into the wildness of this past week in college football?
I do have a little story time from the La Tech game. Really sickening moment. We were driving down this, I think it was like our fourth drive. We're actually finally getting the ball moving. And number 90 on the D line, you've seen those clips of the guys where like they're in like all fours and then they start throwing up, or it's like the offensive lineman throwing up. 90 is right over the center, right over the ball, throwing up chunks. Again and again and again. Play goes, he stops, he comes back, lines over the center again, blowing chunks. And then finally, we're saying shit out of the offensive line. We're like, whoa, like somebody get this guy out of here. Because the refs can see it. I mean, this dude is blowing chunks. There's water coming out of his mouth. He's like growling. And he's like laughing about it too. Like it's coming out. And he's like, and we're like, dude, get this guy out of here. And finally, you'll see it in the clip because they stopped the play and they're like, 90, you got to get out of here.
Injured. And he had some words for the officials when they made him walk off. We'll keep an eye on Blay.
And it was one of the most sickening things I've seen ever on the football field, and I just thought that had to be brought up because, I don't know if you can see it in the TV copy, but
no, bro, I'm gonna have to watch it back now. Do you remember the quarter? Can you help a brother out? I don't want to have to watch all 3 hours again.
No, I think it's like late first, maybe early second.
Oh my God, he wasn't even tired.
No, dude, this was earlier on in the game. Yeah, and apparently it happens every single game. Because, like, when it happened, when the ref took him out, when the defensive end was like, yeah, bro, this happens every game. He just seemed, like, pissed off about it. I was like, dude, that's just sickening. Like, come on. You got to figure that shit out.
Wow.
I don't know if he's eating too much McDonald's before the games or what it is, but he gotta figure it out.
Dude, who's dapped up Addison this week?
Not me.
Put them on the injury list this week. You just never know. You get that much throw up on your hand. I bet it definitely sticks.
Oh.
Okay, so Junior and JJ, on the other side, we are going to be letting the people know that this past week in college football was crazy. Lots of cool, clippable moments, and we're going to cover them all. See you on the other side. Boom. We are back. And Junior, you very rarely does Junior send me as many clips as he did this week. Usually it's like maybe 1 to 2, and you know, the older bros got to do all the hard lifting, the heavy lifting, and finding what we're going to talk about. But this week, Junior sends me like 7 clips, and I'm like, damn, they're all so good. Why not go over all these things? So, Junior, I'll have you pick the first one. Which one do you want to talk about? And then I'll pull it up. We can watch it together and give our 2 cents.
Yeah, so we could start off with Air Force right away. Since we have JJ here, JJ plays safety. I don't know if you've ever had a scenario like this, JJ, and if you have you thought about doing what this young cadet just did?
So, I've never had a chance to get a pick like this, you know, or do something like this. But I've always said, like, if I get the opportunity, I'm definitely throwing it back in. Like, it's just gotta have fun, make the play.
I was about to say, you got to go for the highlight play. There's something
Got
about
to.
that that's just badass. And the fact that this isn't over everywhere on social media is insane, because it seemed like this dude was at least 2 yards outside of out of bounds, diving out, and he gets it back in. Now, whoever caught the ball is a complete dumbass.
I was thinking that.
He
Like,
completely spazzed out. Moment was too big. But yeah, no. Do you think we have a chance this Saturday to have one of these clips?
definitely. And just the field awareness from him, like knowing that his teammates right there and just a perfect ball falling, like that's crazy. Like very athletic play for sure.
That's saying that we're gonna have to show the defense and make happen this week,
Yep.
or at least for the
Yeah.
bowl game.
At least.
Yeah, I mean, that would be a fun drill. Like if I was a safeties or a corners coach, I'd be like, all right, guys, today I'm gonna be throwing this shit on the sideline. You're gonna be saving it back to your teammates. All right, here we go. Ready? That's definitely, I mean, maybe that's what Air Force does. Who knows? Who knows? It's kind of fitting. Air Force, it looked like he was flying. He was like, I don't know.
He does well in the air. He does well in the air.
For
No
sure.
fear at all.
Facts. Unfortunately, Air Force sucks this year.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Junior, what's the next one you want to hit us with?
Next clip, we got JMU at Appalachian State. It's a snow game. We might be seeing this come Saturday. The fans at App State were laying it rain, snowballs on James Madison, the Bulldogs, as they're in the tunnels. I love it. I love it. I hope we get the same treatment come Saturday, because, you know, that's what football's all about, man. It's about, you know, just dirtiness. It's about, you know, the fans being involved. And JJ, thoughts? You said you had a boy on this team, right?
Yeah, my boy, he played receiver on the team, so I'm gonna have to call him and get his you know, how they was feeling. And then I'm gonna have to let y'all know. But me personally, I probably would have threw a snowball back. I like to have fun. So what you think about it?
Yeah, no, I'm right with you, man. I'm playing on a lot of snowmans in the end zone, throwing snowballs at fans. I'm thinking about even doing a snowball celebration where I gather up some, throw it in the air like LeBron, like the powder, like the chalk, and then hit like the LeBron, like, you know. So I'm with it, man. I'm with all the snow activities, snowballs at fans. You know, once we kick Mizzou's ass, you best believe I'm gonna be loading them up as I'm leaving the field, just chucking them into the crowd.
Got to.
You got to start like during the game, especially if things are going good in the fourth quarter. You got to start saving up a stockpile, like underneath the bench. Start just making a couple. Yeah, because you got to remember, you're not going to want to do it when you're going to shake hands. You know, you go shake hands, go get the arsenal, toss.
Yeah, you have had a load of ammunition ready to go.
Already for sure.
I'm going to skip a clip and I'm going to ask you guys this question because out of all the topics for today, the videos that we don't have are Auburn this past week storms the field. And this is like a post-game type question. They stormed the field, and at Auburn, they do that thing with the lights where they like turn the lights off and then like, or it's like a funneling light system, you know, and they're fucking flickering on and off. If you're epileptic, like it's not a good spot for you. How dangerous is it, one, to like have the field stormed on you, but then to do it in the dark? How would you guys be reacting?
Me personally, I can't be around too many people. Like, I start panicking. But for the Texas game, when they stormed the field, I was a little better. It wasn't too bad. But with the lights going off, I'll probably just be like, I gotta get to the locker room. Like, oh no.
Yeah, no. The lights being off is a little bit scary because I feel like that gives the fans a lot more access to do whatever they want to the player. Like, I mean, they already do some outlandish stuff when they storm the field. Like, they think that they could just grab onto you and hold on to you and, just record you the entire time, which I get. The vibes are high. Everybody's in a good ass mood. But it comes to a certain point, and then you add the lights turning off. That's when shit gets dangerous. That's when
For sure.
it's not all right.
Dude, yeah, it sounds like a Travis Scott concert, or at least like the start, and you're just like,
Wow.
it's not gonna end well. I'm sorry. Crowd surging, look it up. Houston,
real
that's
thing.
what happened.
I'd definitely be scared with our fans because, like, you never know. Your helmet might be missing.
Right.
Like, they ripping your sleeves off. You doing your knee brace.
That's a crazy, bro. These fans want anything that comes off your body.
Literally.
They don't care if it's a sweaty underwear. They don't care what it is. They just want it. And I guess I respect it. But it's a little bit too much sometimes.
For sure.
Yeah, no, that shit's wild. All right, I had to ask that about field storming. Last thing about field storming. This past week, Clemson beat the Citadel. JJ, have you heard of a school named the Citadel?
I have. We had a receiver from my high school, like, a long time back that went there. And then my cousin actually went there. So, yeah.
Do you think anybody should ever storm the field on the Citadel?
Never.
Clemson this past week stormed the field on the Citadel when they won 52-14. So they didn't even shut them out. Like a shutout, it somewhat makes it a little bit better, but it's
debatable.
The Citadel.
So gee, I actually, because I was just as baffled as you were. I had to look this up. This is a tradition that Clemson does. Win or lose, they storm the field. Win or lose, they storm the field. So yeah, no, it is a very interesting tradition. I looked it up. There was like the little boards, and they're like, "Why does Clemson rush the field?" And then there was like a fan explaining it. Still doesn't make any sense. I feel like it just kind of takes away the purpose, and then doing it on the Citadel is even more. I mean, like, come on, man. I mean, these kids are out here balling their asses off, and
I would use it as like a recruiting tool for the Citadel. I would be like, last year, tough loss, but Clemson stormed the field on us. So I mean, should come ball here.
Yeah, for sure.
It's truth. All right, I just had to toss that in. Junior, what's the next clip you want to go over here, brother?
Let's hit Arizona State and then finish off with Lehigh.
All right, that sounds like a plan, dude. All right.
It's a different day and age in college football. And if that was something that we want to continue to do, then what's that saying? Pay the man his money, right? Isn't that like a saying? Like, pay the man his money. Like, pay these guys what they deserve to be paid. Because right now, our team is underpaid. And we're doing more with guys who just got it out the mud. But eventually, you should get what you deserve. And our guys deserve more. And that's why I wore this.
Junior, thoughts?
So I got to be careful with this because...
Yeah, I was shocked that you actually sent this one.
Yeah, you got to be careful with this one because, Arkansas is kind of in this stage where, we're kind of like Arizona State. We're feeling like we're underfunded and, the fans are going to grab a hold of this clip and run with it. But, that's the truth of college football. There's teams right now that aren't getting the pay level right now is just not equal. And Arizona State's playing their tails off. I think they're ranked 15 or something. They're in the top 25 and they have a chance to make it to the playoffs. And like you said, dude, pay the man his money. And so I think more coaches need to say stuff like this, because sometimes these donors are very, careful with their money. They don't want to give it. And then, these coaches say something and then they're like, all right, well, let me react now. JJ, you have free reign, dude, because you're leaving in a month from
Definitely.
now. So,
So I say just like with all the NIL stuff going on right now, like you have to pay the players. Like if you want great players, that's gonna help your program, you have to pay them. Like or else like somebody else will. So if you can't give out the pay, it's hard to win.
can
And go ahead.
continue. No, I was going to ask you because you came into college right as NIL was starting, correct?
So I played my freshman year, and then as soon as the season ended, we started talking about NIL stuff like that. So yeah,
Okay.
but
And so how was that? Because you were like the first true batch. I kind of came in once like all this NIL stuff has been going on. You were the first true, people to receive money. How was that conversation? And like, what was kind of like your train of thought? And like, were other schools offering you money at the time? Or, if say what you could say that's, as confidential as possible.
so when I first got here, I wasn't getting much. I was just getting my little stipend,
Right.
but my rent was paid, so I was just chilling. So, I'm make it do what it do. I just got here. I ain't doing too much spending, I'm just focused on football. Then when the NIL kicks in, you know, you can only get so much for real. And so getting it, it's a lot of money to me at the time.
Most definitely.
After my sophomore season, it like blew up, like for real. And then that's when, people they open up the portal to where you can transfer and stuff like that.
Mhm.
People start transferring for NIL money. And that's just what comes with it. If you're gonna pay somebody a lot of money to play football and help your program, uh, why not go get the money, do what you love, and but me personally, I it's not always about the money to me. I know it's gonna come, Uh, so that's why I never really left because I could have left if I wanted to, but I just wanted to play for the Razorbacks, leave a legacy here. But definitely you got to pay the guys their money for sure. They the ones that's keeping the coaches their job for sure. Because without the players, there's no coach.
Right. 100%. Yeah, that's what I was also going to talk about because you stayed here all 4 years, which is, it's a rare thing to happen now in college football. I mean, you're talking to somebody who transferred out. And so, yeah, no, that's really awesome, dude. You got to stay all 4 years. You're a true Razorback through and through. And, I think the fans truly appreciate that because, obviously the money could have taken you somewhere else, I'm
For
sure.
sure. Definitely.
So you did. I don't want to ask, but I'm gonna ask. You had other schools reaching out to you during, your time here at Arkansas to bring you over for more money.
See, like I never really reached out to any coaches. Like that's I
Right.
don't really know how to get into all that because it's certain rules and stuff like that. And but if I was gonna hit the portal, I definitely would have been trying to reach out for sure.
But what I'm asking, did anybody reach out to you, like a
Oh,
trainer or coaches?
oh no, 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 no. I
Okay.
think they
Okay.
knew. I think they knew I was all hog.
Right. All right. That's fair. Because I mean, you showed it. I mean, you were in the golden age of NIL, and you said fuck it. I'm with the Hogs through and through.
Yep,
I
definitely.
respect that, man. I respect that a lot.
Yeah, it's definitely admirable. Question for the both of you, because there's that kid this past week that got we got the Michigan. He committed to Michigan for like $10 million
Yep.
for the next like 3.5 years. This is the thing that I think is going to be changed in college football, but paying kids this amount before they even take a college football snap, do you think that's bullshit, or do you think that that's valid?
I think it's valid because you trust in this guy to come in and change your program and help your program. And if this what you think the guy deserves, then I think you should definitely do that. Because eventually, if he does what he's supposed to do, he's gonna make your school, your program, and that coach a lot more money than he expected.
Yeah, I'm kind of with the same boat. I think you kind of have to start paying kids more up front just for the simple fact of you don't want them leaving later on down the road. Because obviously, once their stock grows, it's like investing in a stock. Once their stock grows, people are going to be wanting to give them more money. But, if you give them the money right away, that kid's going to be there for however long
I get it.
their college run is. So I think
get
it's
it.
very valid.
And also, like what we was just talking about with the transfer portal, like I don't think anybody's leaving a school that's paying them 10.5 million.
Yeah.
He's all in. He's all in.
Very true.
That's hard to leave.
No, I figure that, but if you guys are definitely projecting it, and it's very pro player of you. But I mean, there is plenty of examples of young kids that get like these crazy contracts, and then they play their first year and they get replaced. And it's honestly something that I feel as college football evolves, that's what you're going to start seeing. Players that have played a couple of years, like you did, JJ and Junior, you already have proven yourself. Your value is set. Like, I don't need to project. I know what I'm going to get from you as opposed to, what the people do in the NFL. That's why all these players get enormous contracts. Every year you hear, this is the highest paid player at this position ever. And it's like, well, that team is just getting a discount because in 6 years, he's going to be worth 3 times that. So
Yeah.
I definitely see both sides of the spectrum here. It's fun to hear you guys talk about NIL. I'm glad you brought this clip up, Junior.
Yeah. No, that was it's a good clip, dude. And that coach is hilarious. That coach, obviously, he had his blow up on the middle of the field after the game for whatever the reason was. I didn't even watch the game, but that coach is definitely a nut. I respect him though. He cares about his players. He wants to get his players paid, and as a player, that's all you want from your coach. You want somebody that's going to stick up for you and wants the best for you.
For sure.
Yeah, I think you're going to start. There's a wave. And it's like the gentle. Like it's like there's only so much you can do, but they're being very blunt with it now, which is what I like. They're like, you want to see good ball? Fucking pay this shit. Like there's no in between. All right, you can't just sit on your ass anymore.
Yeah.
All right, Junior, we wanted to hit that Lehigh clip, right, to close her off?
Yeah. Close it off, man. Lehigh football, they have been historically bad the past few years. And just this past Saturday, they got themselves a big win. Couldn't tell you who the hell they beat, but they took down the goalpost, and they took it, I want to say, about 4 miles. Mind you, there was maybe about 10,000 people at the game. So here's a clip right here. Does not look like there's many people carrying that goalpost.
And it lost a post.
It lost a post.
They lost a post on the way over. Where's the left post?
On the way. I think they needed to fit it in somewhere, so they had to take off one of the posts.
And that river looks so shallow. It looks like that field goal post is going to be there like a boat for eternity, just like a sunken boat.
But no, I wanted to bring up that clip, dude, because you just got to love seeing the small schools take down a goalpost. I don't know how the hell they're going to have the funds to get a new goalpost. No, you love to see it, though. I'm kind of upset that when we beat Tennessee that we didn't take down our goalpost and we took it down to Dixon. I'm a little bit upset about that.
Well, this is what happened. So I want to say it was my sophomore year. We beat Ole Miss. It was either Ole Miss or when they stormed the field for Texas my freshman year. The goalpost made it to Dixon.
See, that's where it needs to be. It has to be there.
Yeah. So they had the people guarding it this time. So yeah.
Yeah, bro. dude, imagine walking down on Dixon and you just see a mass. I mean, you've experienced it. You see a massive goalpost. Like that's so badass, man. I'm a little bit jealous that I didn't get that experience. But you know, you spent all 4 years here at Arkansas. You've seen it all, man. So
Yup,
you know, you've seen the highs, you've seen the lows, and you know that's one of those memories I'm sure you'll remember for the rest of your life.
forever.
Got the badass.
JJ, let the people know where they can find you. Final messages for all the Razorback fans that watch this podcast.
Just hit me up on Instagram, the number 3, fed up, and Twitter, JJ4X_. And yeah, can't give out my number. Can't do that.
Unless it's quality talent. Are you taking?
Definitely.
If it's quality talent, send it his way. That's what
For sure.
Junior, what
Good
about you, bro?
jokes. You can find me at Carmona JR, 2 R's at the end. Thank you, Arkansas fans, for all the love and support. G, where can they find you?
At Mr. George Carmona. Good luck to Eric Capetillo tonight at the state game. Bishop Gorman taking on Arborview. I'm going to be there, Allegiant Stadium, see Cap win a state title. I've seen now, this will be the second time that I've seen Cap win a state title. I saw it when he won at Vegas in 2005, and now to see him win it as a coach is going to be like a pretty full
badass.
circle moment. So shout out to Cap. Very proud of you. Happy for you. Hopefully you guys get it done tonight. I figure you guys are going to get it done tonight. All right. Later, Hog fans. Peace.
This is George post horse riding. Look at his fucking face. Oh no. His arms are all messed up. Oh god.